Lincoln Lending Group, and in studio with my incredible co-host Doug Ford, the owner of Suncoast Roofing Solutions. How you doing, Doug?
Everything's great as usual.
Busy?
Ridiculously busy.
Ridiculously busy. All right, good. I am busy as well. I worked until 10 o'clock last night, so that's a good thing, I think, for both of us, right?
Sometimes, you know, if you want to spend time with the family, it's not a good thing. But
yeah. Well, that is a thing. The kids did not see me for the last 2 nights, so that's not good.
That's never good.
But we work hard so we can play hard.
And that's true.
And that's part of the premise of our show. So the Business Happy Hour is the #1 business show for all things entrepreneurial here on Tampa Bay. We're going on our 3rd year here with the Business Happy Hour. We are 3. Well, let me take a step back. We are 2 today. Successful business owners with a fill-in for our 3rd one. Ryan Pelky is our other co-host. He's the owner of 813 Plumber, TampaBay Plumbers. I think he's having fun in Cuba right now, right?
He is, yeah. He's in Cuba.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to bring back from there.
Plumbers.
Yeah.
Old car parts.
Old car parts. So that voice right there, that is our guest host for today. He's filling in for Ryan Pelky. That's a very old friend of mine, Mr. Eamon Bolton. Eamon is you're a Tampa native, right? A Temple Terrace native.
Yeah,
more
born
like
and raised in Temple Terrace and live in Temple Terrace and basically work in Temple Terrace.
Man, we did a show a week ago. Was it a week ago, Doug, when we were talking about, or was it 2 weeks ago? We were talking about people when we had Joe Malinowski on, that nobody travels, what is it, more than 5 miles from their house anymore?
Yep.
And you hear this guy?
Well, that's because they're smart. Because in this market, when we have so many buyers and sellers, then you've got to master something. You got to master a niche.
Master your area.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So you're saying I'm an idiot. I drive 125 miles round trip.
I didn't say it. You did,
It depends
Gary.
on the return.
Yeah, what's the return? Gary gets to hang out with us. That's the return. That voice was our producer, Gary, over here. So, guys, listen, we're the #1 show in Tampa. Doug and Ryan and myself, we get together every Wednesday at 11 a.m. out of our busy schedules. To come together and talk to you guys, the people of Tampa Bay, about entrepreneurship and business. Today's no different. We like to give advice to you guys. We like to tell you what we've been through, trials and tribulations, successes and failures, to hopefully you can become more successful in your business and or open a business. We're going to have a very interesting show today. Every show in the last segment, we're going to do a business tip of the week. So make sure you stay tuned for the 4th segment so you can find out what that tip is. Last week was a really good one, and we always have great ones. One of my favorite is invest in yourself. That's one we've done a couple times. But if you want to be a part of the show, we'd love for you to do that. There's a couple ways to do it. #1, if you want to be a guest, you can email us to BHH for the Business Happy Hour at BHHiHeart@gmail.com. That's BHHiHeart@gmail.com. Or you can call us, because remember, we are a live show. You can call us right now if you'd like to chime in, ask questions, or be a part of the show. Gary, how do they call?
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Thank you, Gary.
And I can contest it is live. I've been given all the warnings.
Yeah, it's all the warnings. Exactly. Heed those warnings. So, guys, great show today. Let's start off by asking a couple questions. How many of you guys, as business owners, have donated to your favorite cause? Donated to a charity? What exactly is that cause, and what does your business have to do with it, if anything? Do you go out into the community and do you give back on a regular basis? Charity and businesses go hand in hand, and many people think these days that just writing a check is good, and it makes them feel good, and they've done their part. But is that really what the community needs, and is it really helping your business? How does anybody know that you wrote that check, unless, of course, you're one of those guys who likes to just post it on Facebook? Hey, I gave $500 today. With the new tax laws that started beginning of 2019, there's some very interesting changes that we're going to discuss today. One of them might just change how people and businesses donate to charity, since you might not be able to write it off anymore, at least not at certain levels. Doug and I are going to discuss this later in the show, and he has some very interesting insight on how that may or may not affect your business. So I'll ask you again. What has your business done recently to be involved in the community and give back? If the answer is nothing, then you might not understand the benefit of what you're doing for your local community and what you can do to help your business. They say any publicity is good publicity, but we all know that a good story is better than a bad one. So have you ever heard of any of these charitable events like Adopt a Road, No Roof Left Behind, Keller Williams Red Day, Habitat for Humanity? That's just to name a few. Today, we're going to discuss the different types of things that you and your business can do to give back to the community and what effect it might have on helping you actually grow your business at the same time. Now, since Ryan is out again this week, we do have the guest host filling in, Mr. Eamon Bolton, and he is, like you said, he's a Temple Terrace native. He's not even claiming the city of Tampa. He's been involved in a startup charitable program that's doing something that he loves, which is fishing. And I want to talk to him about what he's done with that and what he's done for the fishing community and for his business. He's also a local real estate agent, so we'll touch on that a little bit because Doug and I do want to talk about the real estate market and where we are, like we did a little bit last week. But right now, guys, you're listening to our show and you're giving us your time. You're donating your time to us. So in return, we'd like to give you guys some good ideas of what you can personally do through your business to give back to the community and save some money, help some people, and become a more prosperous business. So without further ado, let's talk charity and business. Where do we start? Let's since Doug's charity, the thing he does every year is No Roof Left Behind. I want to start with that because that's what did you start that a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I mean, so every year we give away a free roof, to a needy family, and we've been doing it for several years now. And it's I've always been a big advocate of if you have a business and you're successful, you need to give back to your community. So that's kind of what we do every year, and it's just one way of giving back. So
what is it? People have to apply, and they can get chosen to earn a roof. I know you did it. You do it for needy people.
Correct.
Right. And
yeah. So what happens is, the company I teamed up with is No Roof Left Behind, but I'm the person that basically takes care of everything. They're just they're basically the medium of. They have the website. They have the all the background stuff to help me do it, but I'm the one that takes care of everything after that. So what will happen is people will apply, and then I go through all the listings, and I pick the top 3 or 4 that I think are the most needy, and then I put it to the public to vote on it, and they choose.
That's a good way to do it.
Great.
Public involvement in it.
I don't want to be the one that picks the person, because I just don't you don't want to have people say, oh, you're biased towards that person or this person.
Wait a minute, Doug, you're telling me that I'm not going to get the free roof this year?
Correct. That's correct.
Am I not needy, Doug?
And then it also shows the public what you're doing, which
Right.
is part of the whole thing with organizations. So
Right.
we're trying to, with these not-for-profits, is also make a name for ourselves so we can bring in more volunteers to do more good.
Right. And some people listening might think, oh, well, that's selfish. You're only doing it for that reason.
So that's the thing is, so when I started this, and the company that I work with is they want me to promote more. I want to promote less. Like, I do it for my own personal satisfaction. I don't really want a lot of people to know about it. I do it only because I want to do it. Like, I feel good about myself, and I enjoy giving back to the community.
And I know
there's
you. And I
other
know
companies that do it because they want to promote themselves.
Right.
So I don't spend I've had television people call me, hey, can we do a story on that? I'm like, absolutely not. I don't really, I just don't feel like I need free publicity for it. It's not something I do it. That's not why I do it. I do it just because I enjoy giving back to the community.
Okay, so that's well heard. But I don't think it's a bad thing.
But
there's
people, they get on the radio, they get on the television, they promote what they're doing. But in the back of my mind, they're doing it because they want free publicity.
Right. Well, you're still giving something away.
True.
Right. I mean, Eamon, you're being outside of our circle here and the No Roof Left Behind thing. I mean, do you see it as a bad thing if Doug's on the TV and he's saying, hey, I'm going to give away?
Absolutely
how
not.
do you see it as a consumer?
What we call that, especially in the real estate industry, is the ancillary partnership.
Okay.
It's a two-way street. So when you're talking to someone and you're trying to offer them something, or they want to know what's in it for me, even if it's not for profit or whatnot, they want to know, how does this value me? Is the time worth it?
Right.
And
there's time involved, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. So he's proving that this is the validity of what he's doing, and then he's also showing the public that this is being done. And there's no reason why, since he's helping out, he's become successful enough to where he can help people out. That's what the American dream is all about.
There you go.
And so he's giving back the way, if all of us did, and the way we should, then we'd have a lot less problems. So this is a hero right here, an unsung hero.
There you go. That's a great way to put it. Is you can't give back unless you've reached a level of success that allows you to, right? So that's why I don't feel it's such a bad thing. What is that? What would you call ancillary relationship?
Yeah, that's where the ancillary partnership comes into play. So you join these civic organizations, or you do things like what Doug had come up with.
Yep.
Then you are attracting people that are like-minded, and that's when you often get a lot of those partnerships where it's like, well, I can do this for you, and you can do this for me, and that's where the business comes in aspect, which is the value.
I think the more you give away, the more you get.
Givers gain.
That's the way
Givers
I've always
gain.
looked at things.
Givers gain.
Have you had people come to you, Doug, doing this and say, I want to be a part of it or anything? Or
I mean, not really, because I don't promote it.
You don't promote. I don't think you promote it enough.
It's possible. I mean, but I do it. Everyone that I've given a free roof to is very appreciative, and that's all that matters.
You should reach out to Work Done.
Yeah, he does a lot of that work in the inner city.
I always tell even people that are, even if you're an entrepreneur but you're not making a ton of money, I think that, the more you give to, even if it's a little bit you're giving, you're still making the world go round. I mean, even when you go, like we live in this area, so, I make it a point to go to restaurants and make it a point to tip people very well. And you're still making the world go round. The more people get out there and do things, it's, everyone becomes successful because of it.
Okay, so we're going to take a break here in the Business Happy Hour. When we get back, we're going to talk more about the relationship of charitable giving into the business world. We have Eamon Bolton as our guest host, filling in for Ryan Pelky today. I want to touch, when we get back, into something called Junior Achievement. Have you guys heard of Junior Achievement? It's a thing the schools are doing.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and I happen to be teaching right now at my kid's school.
Oh, gosh.
Junior Achievement, and it's something Doug just said about making the world go round is actually one of the main lesson plans about how you take money and interject into your community, and you're benefiting everyone. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour on 1250 WHNZ. Don't forget you can call in live. And you're also listening on 970 WFLA on Sunday mornings. We'll be back in just a minute on the Business Happy Hour with Frank, Doug, and Eamon Bolton. Have all the rain and storms this year left your roof unprotected? Do you need an honest, reliable, and trustworthy roofing company? Call Suncoast Roofing Solutions today at 813-283-2544 for a free evaluation and no obligation estimate. You'll appreciate their personalized solutions and no pressure consultants. You can find Suncoast Roofing Solutions on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. This is Frank Coto, president of Lincoln Lending Group and 813mortgage.com, your no junk fee mortgage lender. If you're a veteran and you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, please visit 813mortgage.com today and complete your fast, free 5-minute VA loan application. My team will approve you in less than 24 hours, and we will beat any written loan estimate from any other bank. Thank you to all of our customers who made us the #1 mortgage lender in Tampa over the last 19 years. Call 813mortgage today, and don't forget, you drop the E, we'll drop your fee.
Hey, are you a plumber in Tampa Bay or know a plumber looking for a great career change? Tampa Bay Plumbers is looking for several qualified service plumbers with top compensation packages between $75,000 and $100,000 per year, offering paid holidays, vacation pay, major medical, and unbeatable work environment. We are the highest rated company because of our plumbers, and we want you to join our team today. Call 813-PLUMBER. That's 813-PLUMBER. Remember, plumbing problems are no problem for Tampa Bay Plumbers.
Purpose, partnership, precision. The Next Level with Frankie Lane, a new podcast from iHeartRadio. Insights to dominate in business and in life. The Next Level with Frankie Lane. New episodes every Saturday afternoon at 1 on 1250 WHNZ. John Catsimatidis, the personification of the American dream, who built a multi-billion-dollar business empire, talks with some of the nation's top newsmakers on the Cats Roundtable. From politics to pop culture, senators to media personalities, John Catsimatidis gets to the heart of what's really going on in politics, business, science, the world. Listen to the Cats Roundtable, Sunday mornings at 9 on Tampa Bay's Impact Radio, 1250 WHNZ.
If you had any idea how absolutely insane the stock market is,
unconventional wisdom is sweeping the nation, and you are next.
You need to stop being dependent on a paycheck.
The Del Walmsley Radio Show is on 1250 Wins, WHNZ, weekdays at 1 p.m.
Guys, I've got the real low-T expert with me in the studio. Welcome back, Dr. James DiRespino from C4MH.com and the Center for Men's Health. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing well, Ian. Now, we've known each other for 6 years or more. And for most of those 6 years, you've been my patient at C4MH.com. So we can cut with formalities and just call me Dr. Jim. But let me say that I am so thrilled to have you back on the air at WDAE. Everyone at C4MH.com is so happy to have you back where you belong.
Well, Doc, it's good to be back with Ronnie from 3 to 7. And I'm just going to say it's been about 10 years I've been with C4MH.com. And you've done a lot for my well-being and my body. And I put a lot of other people on at C4MH.com. I want to thank you for what you've done throughout the years.
Thank you, sir. And we appreciate your help always.
C4MH.com, 17 West Coast locations utilizing only FDA pharmaceutical testosterone at affordable prices.
That's what I'm talking about.
If it's going on in the news, Dana is on it.
Freedom is bare bones, straight no chaser, limited government, take care of yourself, stay out of everybody else's life, the government stays out of your life, enjoy the fruits of your labor, and when you screw up, you got to deal with it. That's freedom.
Taking the big news of the day seriously, but not much else.
Whoopity-doo-dah! Here's your participation trophy.
The Dana Show.
I'm Dana Lash. The Dana Show is now in Tampa. Hear me weeknights 10 to midnight on 1250 WHNZ.
You're listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank Coto, Ryan Pelky, and Doug Ford. Now, back to the show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show, the Business Happy Hour. 3 successful entrepreneurs, well, 2 today and 1 fill-in. Get together every Wednesday, Frank, Ryan, and Doug, to talk business and entrepreneurship. We are the #1 business show in Tampa Bay, so make sure you stay tuned. And don't forget, in the 4th segment, the business tip of the week, and I promise it's going to be a good one this week. Filling in for Ryan Pelky is Eamon Bolton of Mojo Home Group. Is that right, Mojo Home Group?
Mojo Home Group with Remax, New Tampa.
Man, your voice just got bigger.
Yeah, what happened?
And
Was that
stronger.
because of this?
I think you actually are speaking into the microphone now.
Oh, okay, now you can hear me?
Now we can.
much better.
What?
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, I can barely
See,
hear
last
you.
time I had a radio show, it was totally different. It had a lot more high-tech stuff, and it was, a little different. But,
It was in your van.
But I can get used to this. I mean, I understand it. Times are tough.
I love you. Oh, God. So I've known this guy for 25 years, if you guys can't tell.
I just met him outside.
He loves it. He loves it. So we started the show. Oh, but wait, actually, before I go into this, I got to thank Rick. Rick comes every single week to take pictures of us. Rick Talseda, one of the best photographers in Tampa, took pictures at my 40th, takes pictures of all of us. Doug was mentioning he gets my head in every single time, and it keeps getting bigger, which thank you, Rick.
It does keep getting bigger.
So the cameras have to get bigger, the studios have to get bigger.
Well, you notice this, like we do the lot. By the way, guys, you can watch us on Facebook and on YouTube. If you don't just want to listen to us, you can actually watch us. Just look up the Business Happy Hour on Facebook or YouTube, and you'll notice that Gary gave me the big camera. He gives Doug the little one. I've got the big one because it's the wide angle lens.
I like the marketing on Alexis too.
Yeah. Hey, that works, guys. If you're listening right now, give it a try. Say, "Hey Alexa, play the Business Happy Hour podcast on iHeartRadio." That's the Business Happy Hour podcast on iHeartRadio. I do it at friends' houses all the time. I see an Alexa. I walk over and say it quietly.
And that is the innovation that is required to do what we're talking about today.
It is. And we're going to get to that. RickVisuals.com, RICK Visuals.com. You don't know how to spell visuals, you probably shouldn't hire a photographer. But it's RickVisuals.com. Thank you for doing it every week for us, Rick. So, guys, I wanted to talk real quick about the junior achievement thing because it was Doug or Eamon that brought up that when you give money back to the community, you keep the community going. And it's funny, I'm teaching a class of 3rd graders, and that was last week's lesson.
Well, I mean, think about it. During the recession, everyone stayed home. So what happens?
The economy drops.
When you start, even when I wasn't making decent money, I still was trying to go out there and, like I said, by spending money, it makes the world go round. If you don't spend money, then you're a miser and you're a hoarder. You're just, you're not going to make the world go round.
The main reason why we farmed that one area, Temple Terrace, where I'm from, not only because I'm familiar with the area and the people there, but also because we buy local, we use local business, and we do that to increase the economic base, which then leads to the trickle-down effect with the economic factor, and it helps our business.
So you're supporting your micro community.
Yes. We want to help people help themselves and hope they tell their friends about us. We make relationships because they lead to referrals.
Right.
We're not out there to try to sell you something. We're out there to try to offer you something of value that you find useful, and you're willing to tell your friends about it.
Absolutely, and that's why we're kind of busting on Doug. I really think he should advertise this no roof thing.
What he's doing is great.
It's a great thing. I know
It's
you're
an incredible
modest.
thing.
You're too modest.
But the thing is, I'm not trying to say I feel like I'm not saying I'm successful enough, but I have enough business right now.
Right.
I don't need, I don't need that much more business. And honestly, it's difficult for me to even hire people to do our type of work. So if I start bringing on more people, I'm gonna make other customers unhappy because I have so much work now and I can't even get to their jobs. So I'm at a good place right now. I'm okay with doing it for free and not promoting myself. And
I'm going to promote you.
Yeah, I'm going to promote you. I'm going to promote you.
Sorry,
humble guy, but that's good. That's good.
That is good. And I don't, Lincoln Lending, we've given to the Central City CDC for many years. I support the Realtor Care Foundation. I know you remember. Yeah, exactly.
RPAC is huge.
It's great. It's great for everybody. It gives, what that one does is you give a few $100s, whatever you can give, and then they give families in need grants for their down payment and closing costs. So that makes the world go round in the sense of, Eamon, you're a realtor. You get more business from that. What happens when somebody buys a home? Tell me, what are all the things that all the other businesses that get money? Title companies?
Yeah, your home inspector, your appraiser. I mean, there's so many people
this
involved.
This guy right here.
You
might get a roof. You might get a free roof.
General contractors. You have, there's so many people that get
think about one real estate transaction feeds so many people. It's why I did support that Obama program when he was given the $8,000 to first-time home buyers. A lot of people, poo-pooed that program, but I said, man, think about all the people who benefit from one real estate transaction.
Well, not only that, the economic factor as well. Once you buy the house, then that means you need a job to keep the house, and then that means you're paying taxes, which go to the economy, and then that means you're helping out your community.
Have you ever heard as a business owner, either one of you guys, this is a little off topic, but you ever heard that when you hire, that you should hire someone who either has kids or just bought a house or encourage them to buy a nice car or something like that? Have you ever heard that?
To keep them working?
That's a motivation incentive. Yeah.
Which that's good. I mean, look, it's a little selfish as the business owner, but it's good for the community. So when people spend money, it's good. And that's what I'm teaching these third graders is you need to save, you need to spend, you need to donate. Okay, those are those three major factors: save, spend, donate, and earn. Right? Those are the four things. And donate, like for instance, do either you guys have a set amount? Do you like back in the day it was 10% to your church or your tithe? Do you guys have a set amount that you try to donate out of your?
I mean, I don't do a percentage. Okay. Every year ranges between 15 and 30,000 that we try to donate. Depending on what we do. But talking about the different things that we also do is you're talking about the tax write off.
Yeah.
And so a lot of donations I'll do, like say for Carrotwood Day School. I donate for that. Well, they listed me on their website, and it was more of a marketing thing. So. With all the new tax things, it's actually more of a it actually is technically marketing as well.
Let's get into that. So the tax law Doug's talking about. I met with my CPA recently, and we've given donations to a few things multiple times over the year, but it's never exceeded $25,000. And what my CPA said was that the new tax law does not allow you to itemize deductions until you get to $25,000 if you're a married filing joint household. So my concern was your everyday Joe, not necessarily the business owners, but your everyday Joe might have a second thought about giving to charity now because he can't write it off.
So I think it depends on as a business, but this is more for business owners.
Yeah, let's talk about business.
If so your son's school asks you to advertise, give them money for a cause.
Right.
Like I did a few things for my daughter's school, but they put my name all over banners and on T-shirts, and so technically it was giving to a cause, but it's technically also marketing as well.
That's an ancillary partnership.
Ancillary partnership. All right, guys, we're going to take another break. That segment went ridiculously fast. We're going to be back in the business happy. Good topic. When we get back, we're going to talk more about the tax law and some of these ideas that Doug has, which are very legitimate, about your donations can also be considered marketing. It just depends on how you do it. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour here on 1250 WHNZ. Don't forget you can call in live. Gary, what's the number real quick?
897-8255.
877?
877-897-TALK.
Thank you, guys. Listen to the Business Happy Hour. Don't forget to ask Alexa. We'll be back in just a minute with Doug Ford of Suncoast Roofing Solutions, myself of 813 Mortgage, and Eamon Bolton of Mojo Home Group. We'll be back in a minute.
Your shot at $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword coffee to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's coffee to 200-200.
Oleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I shopped the many highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $27 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-445-6363. That's 800-445-6363. 800-445-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
News. on 1250 WHNZ.
Tonight could be the night for a much-anticipated rocket launch. Kennedy Space Center hopes to launch a SpaceX Falcon Heavy, the world's most powerful rocket, between 6:36 and 8:35 Eastern Time. Launch conditions are 80% go. People who hurt or kill police dogs and horses could face stiffer penalties by the summer, with the amount of potential prison time increased from 5 to 15 years.
We've seen an increase in the use of animals for purposes of law enforcement, and we've seen an increase in the amount of violence that has been committed on police dogs and horses.
Health sponsor Miami Beach Representative Michael Grieco. U.S. News and World Report says Fort Myers is the second best place in the country to retire. Sarasota is third. With Florida's news, I'm Larry Spillman.
A vehicle struck and broke a telephone pole southbound of MacDill, south of Beta Bay. Have a crash on State Road 60 at Dover Road, a wreck on 22nd Street near I-4, and a couple of accidents reported on US 19 near Gandy and Park Boulevard. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Edward Hillsborough traffic tip line at 866-545-9595.
This report is sponsored by Universal Orlando
Tax
Resort.
Day is coming, and this year more than ever, you're probably wanting some help. Head over to H&R Block. No one knows tax reform better than Block, and their tax pros will get you every credit, deduction, and dollar you deserve. Make an appointment, walk in, or drop off your docs at a Block
This
office
is Frank
near
Coto,
you.
president of Lincoln Lending Group and 813mortgage.com, your no junk fee mortgage lender. If you're a veteran and you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, please visit 813mortgage.com today and complete your fast, free 5-minute VA loan application. My team will approve you in less than 24 hours, and we will beat any written loan estimate from any other bank. Thank you to all of our customers who made us the #1 mortgage lender in Tampa over the last 19 years. Call 813mortgage today, and don't forget, you drop the E, we'll drop your fee.
From the Weather Center, Abrahamson and Uterwick. Free consultation. TheInjuryLawyers.com. Pinellas Hillsborough.
Your Tampa Bay forecast: scattered showers this morning, then partly cloudy and warm with a high 82. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low 68. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds and warmer with a high 85. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is sponsored by Ashley
On
Home
Thursday,
Store.
April 11th, it's Wawa Day. Celebrate with a free any-size cup of freshly brewed coffee on them as a way of saying thanks. Stop by on April 11th and enjoy a free any-size coffee. Hooray for Wawa Day. Gotta have a Wawa.
You're listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank Coto, Ryan Pelky, and Doug Ford. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. Sorry, we're having a little fun on the break there. Doug came up with a really good marketing strategy for me. We're talking about on the break about the new tax law. But before I forget, we're going to talk about the Adopt a Road in a few minutes, because that is something that I wanted to look at doing for my business. I thought that was nice, help clean up the community. But don't forget, guys, if you need a photographer, Rick Visuals, rickvisuals.com. That's Rick Talseda, is an amazing photographer, comes in every week and takes pictures of us and our guests. rickvisuals.com. Check out his work. Rick, do you have pictures of my 40th party on the website? You need to put a couple on there, I think. There we go.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Especially not the ones of Amy. There's a good one of Doug, actually. I saw that. Doug was on crutches
We
at my
have
party.
a good one of the sunrise.
But yeah, thank God. Thank God we don't. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was peeking over the horizon. So anyway, guys, we were talking about tax law. Now, mind you, Doug and myself and Eamon, we're not CPAs. I'm not giving you tax advice, but I am telling you that you should talk to your CPA about how to do the charitable giving. Doug, you brought up before the break a very good point, that this isn't for your regular guy. This is for your business owner. But you were saying, like, you donated to the school. And it's a write-off as a donation, but because you get your name on things.
Yeah, so like I'm on a banner outside, so my name, it's technically write-off, or they put me on their website, so technically it's a write-off because it's actually marketing. They're actually marketing my name, and even families can do it. If you're a family and you want to donate to your kid's school, and they're going to market your family as.
I would say not on. I would wonder. Yeah, on the family, because that's a personal deduction.
True.
But for you, it's business.
Yeah, for us, it's business.
Yeah, and you're No Roof Left Behind. You're marketing that as well.
Correct. Yeah, we spend money. We actually spend a bunch of marketing on that, and money on marketing as well. Same thing with, like, if you're, I have my friends who have baseball teams. They want me to, they donate money to their baseball team to help them travel. And
put the logo on the jersey.
I get my logo on their jersey, and I get on their banners, their traveling banners, and everything. So that's technically marketing as well.
That's a good point. So, Eamon, you started something years ago, and I want you to tell a story because I loved it. It started as a charity, and I know you're gonna probably merge this a little bit into how charities are still businesses, and we have to remember that. But it was called Rebates. Is that right?
That is correct. Fishing is my number one passion, and one thing I noticed as I was turning fishing, I was actually getting up there pretty into the Pro-Am and traveling around the country and whatnot, had paid sponsors and so forth. Well, I would notice whenever my co-angler was with me, or if I was the co-angler on a boater's boat, as soon as they were done with their rubber worms, they would throw them in the water. And I thought to myself, well, that can't be good, So I did a little bit of research, and this was a while ago before you've seen all this stuff about the plastics on the news and whatnot.
The island of plastics in the Pacific.
Yeah, so I researched into it, got with the FWC. I actually became the conservation director for the state of Florida for BASS, Bass Angler Sportsman Society. So they helped me get the marketing out for Rebates because they realize it's a program that's needed as well. When you go to a boat ramp, you know how you see the fishing line monofilament tubes?
Right.
Well, that's a way to prevent monofilament or fishing line from getting out into a way to dispose of it and recycle it.
But nobody was doing it for bait.
No one was doing it for bait, and it's a bigger problem because we put all sorts of scents and salt and
chemicals,
and there's a big
some of the baits have warnings on them, like the children aren't even supposed to touch them.
There's a back and forth with what they can't. Like the West Coast has a little bit different laws than they do here. But this program, I knew it was needed. I teamed up with someone who's in the recycling business, and he came up with the actual bins. We have stainless steel ones for saltwater areas, and then regular ones that are a little bit cheaper for non-saltwater areas, freshwater. So it's lake to lake and state to state and coast to coast, basically. But we look for grants, and we were offered quite a few. And the kickback we were getting was that a lot of the companies that carry these baits, they make such a high profit margin on them. So they'll do anything to protect that. That's why when you walk into Bass Pro Shops, you see half the stores taken up with soft plastic baits.
Right, yeah.
So, that's a lot of
because they're making money
space.
on
Yeah,
it.
well, of course, whatever you make the highest profit margin on, you use, the most floor space. But so the program did take off, and we got a lot of attention. We were on the news. We were at tournaments, a lot of magazines, you name it. It was working really well. And then it just kind of, people just kind of, forgot about it for a little while, and now it's back in the news, which is why I kept it active and whatnot. And so, I'm just waiting for that call. It's municipality that we're looking for because they're the ones who need it. And then the people who help fund it are the fishing companies. And then the value, what we talked about, it's got to be a two-way street. Well, we're providing the county with a way for people to dispose of these potential contaminants where it's not going to affect the regulation on soft plastic baits because we don't want to ban them.
Right.
And then when the entity that pays for the box donates it, well, I can put their sticker on it. Well, if they tried to put a billboard up at a city boat ramp marketing to their target market, it wouldn't work. But you come in there with a recycling bin that's to solve a problem and it's sponsored by this particular company.
Right.
They allow that.
That's a good point.
So that's where that, two-way street partnership comes. And that's how we got it, the momentum going. Just it's one of those things where it's a group effort. Takes a village.
It does. So that goes to the correlation of what Doug's saying is if you're a business owner and you're worried about tax laws or how you can donate, find a way to help and help the business by making it into a marketing write-off.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. So if Lincoln Lending or Suncoast Roofing wanted to sponsor the rebates, basically we could write that off and we'd be donating to a good cause and we'd be helping the environment.
Yeah.
Unless the only way we could write that off is if all of a sudden our names were tied on those
have to be on the
recycling
boxes.
bins.
Right.
Well, no. If as far as you still have a tax exempt deduction as far as your tax deductible donation as far as if you're a charitable organization in the state of Florida or a 501c3, and then the company itself has tax exempt status to where they can purchase items for the company without paying tax.
Right. So it's a two-way street. It helps everybody. So you're also, and let me ask the correlation in this, because you run a successful real estate team in Temple Terrace, but you're also the president of the esteemed Temple Terrace Rotary Club.
The esteemed, actually.
The youngest president in their history. There you go. Put the hat on, Rotary.
There you go.
Now, Rotary is known for charity. right? It's about giving back and getting people together and giving back to the community. And do you tie your business to Rotary? If you say a business person doesn't want to do their own charity or whatnot, or do they join an organization like this to give back?
Without a doubt. And the reason why I joined Rotary International is because we are this close. And what I mean by this close, Rotary International is directly responsible for almost getting rid of polio altogether.
Really?
So we are actually this close.
I did not know that. Gary's shaking his head. Gary, you know about this.
Yeah. The organization's been around for over 100 years. It's one of the top highest rated as far as where their funds go to. So it's a very esteemed and trustworthy organization. 100% goes to charity. This year we put on the Brew Fest.
Temple Terrace Brew Fest.
Temple Terrace Brew Fest.
Every area has a Rotary. I think Gary's part of the.
Yep. He's over here. Trinity. Yeah.
You can get your kids involved in a Rotaract club in high school, and it's
Rotaract.
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 It'd be like the same training, junior achievement, getting these kids ready for stages in life earlier in age.
Oh, I didn't even know that exists.
Yeah.
So there's a Rotary in every community?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, Temple Terrace, you guys are own, aren't you guys you're not a city, are you?
Yeah, we're Temple Terrace, it's its own municipality.
It's your own municipality inside Hillsborough County. City of Tampa, Hillsborough, and then
7.5 square
miles
in radius, 24,000 students. Residents.
People.
I think in college.
Yeah.
But yeah, our own little subdivision. We have our own police department, our own mayor, our own city council, and it's an interesting place.
So business. So do a lot of business owners join Rotary? Is it mostly business owners?
Well, because we're such a tight-knit community and people love Temple Terrace because of its location, especially now with all the new development that's going all the way around. It's kind of making us the center of Tampa, a very easy commute to downtown if you need to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
We are seeing, a lot of business owners. And then not only that, the Chamber of Commerce. Any Chamber of Commerce is another great organization. And that's not really considered a civic organization, but that is there to help businesses in the area that they're doing business.
Right.
Rotary International is fantastic for the club was originally invented for networking for business.
Mm-hmm.
But then after so long, they decided if you talk about business in any of their meetings, they fine you.
Oh.
And so membership went down quite a bit, and then they did away with that rule. So they're constantly innovating. That's what is good about Rotary. And and so they brought the networking back, which has attracted the young professionals, which is the future. And then we have the advice and experience of the older members who have, been there, done that, and it's a great place to learn.
Nice. All right. So everybody, if you know Eamon Bolton, we know he's from Temple Terrace. He is a great realtor. I got to mention. I know we're focusing on charity and entrepreneurship, but I've known you for a long time, and your family's been in real estate forever, and you guys are taking it to the next level. So I will say this to listeners: if you guys are looking for a realtor, and especially if you're looking in the Temple Terrace area, I would reach out to Eamon. Eamon, what's the best way for them to find you when it comes to real estate? Is it Mojo?
Yeah, very easy. Mojo Home Group. It's my wife and I. We are a team. And
MOJO?
Yep, that's the name of our dog. We have no children, so we are officially career realtors. We work sometimes 70, 75 hours a week.
Yep.
But you can reach us, go through our website, mojohomegroup.com, or you can reach us directly at 813-422-9384.
All right, so mojohomegroup.com. And just like all of our hosts and guest hosts and whatnot, if you guys can reach out to them for any more questions on what we're talking about, or you can email the Business Happy Hour, bhhiheart@gmail.com, bhhiheart@gmail.com. Don't forget to call and be a part of the show. Gary, I love it. What do they do?
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
All right, guys, when we get back in our last segment, we are going to do the business tip of the week. We're also going to talk about, I love the Adopt a Road thing. I'm going to mention it. Doug was making fun of me.
Orange jumpsuits for you.
What do you listeners think? If I make my whole staff dress up in orange jumpsuits that say 813 Mortgage, Gary's giving me the thumbs up. Gary, will you do it? Gary will do it with me. Rick, will you take pictures?
If it's for charity and it doesn't
cost,
be
be brown with a big hat.
Yeah.
And you call me boss. Taking it off you, boss.
Big old straw hat.
We'll dress him all white suit with a white hat and call him Boss Hog. I wonder actually if I'll get complaints if we all make fun of prisoners that way. That might not go down well.
Yeah, prisoners always calling in.
Yeah, they'll be
but they have all that free time.
You're listening to the Business Happy Hour. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Stay tuned. Have all the rain and storms this year left your roof unprotected? Do you need an honest, reliable, and trustworthy roofing company? Call Suncoast Roofing Solutions today at 813-283-2222. 888-848-2544 for a free evaluation and no obligation estimate. You'll appreciate their personalized solutions and no-pressure consultants. You can find Suncoast Roofing Solutions on the web at suncoastroofing.com, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. This is Frank Coto, president of Lincoln Lending Group and 813mortgage.com, your no junk fee mortgage lender. If you're a veteran and you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, please visit 813mortgage.com today and complete your fast, free 5-minute VA loan application. My team will approve you in less than 24 hours, and we will beat any written loan estimate from any other bank. Thank you to all of our customers who made us the #1 mortgage lender in Tampa over the last 19 years. Call 813mortgage today. And don't forget, you drop the E, we'll drop your fee.
Hey, are you a plumber in Tampa Bay or know a plumber looking for a great career change? Tampa Bay Plumbers is looking for several qualified service plumbers with top compensation packages between $75,000 and $100,000 per year, offering paid holidays, vacation pay, major medical, and unbeatable work environment. We are the highest rated company because of our plumbers, and we want you to join our team today. Call 813-PLUMBER. That's 813-PLUMBER. Remember, plumbing problems are no problem for Tampa Bay Plumbers.
You're into casting spells, facing dinosaurs, and saving the day with superheroes? Own it with a Universal Orlando, Florida resident 2-park pass. Get yours at universalorlando.com.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And Hims makes it extra affordable. Right now, get your first month supply for free. All you pay is just $5 for your medical consultation when you go to 4hims.com/win. After that, it's just $30 for a month's supply. Sure beats paying big bucks for just one blue pill, doesn't it? Plus, you won't need an awkward in-person doctor's appointment to get the prescription. Hims has doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. It's affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/win. That's 4hims.com/win for your first month for just $5. 4hims.com/win.
The Rays play on Tampa Bay Sports Radio, WDAE.
To the wall, it's gone!
Catch every pitch of Rays baseball in Pasco on 96.7 FM and all over Tampa Bay on 620 AM. Rays up.
Negative online stories and reviews about you or your business take seconds to create but years to remove. How many customers and dollars will you lose due to lies and rumors on the internet? Reputation.com is here to tell your story online the way you want it told. Grab a pen or put this number in your cell phone, but call 800-532-9217. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can legally fight and bury negative internet postings. With Reputation.com, you can now positively promote yourself or your business online using our patented technology and internet PR experts. Join thousands of individuals, businesses, and professionals who have successfully taken control of their Google search results. You're losing money every day from potential customers who pass on you because of negative information about you online. Call today and get a free reputation review and start taking control of your Google results. Call 800-532-9217. That's 800-532-9217. 800-532-9217.
You're listening to the Business Happy Hour with Frank Coto, Ryan Pelky, and Doug Ford. Now, back to the show.
Hey, guys, welcome back to the show. So it's been determined that Lincoln Lending Group, Suncoast Roofing Solutions, and Ryan is being volunteered. He's not even here, Tampa Bay Plumbers. We're going to try to adopt an entire road, like a long stretch of road. And then we're going to get together with our orange jumpsuits, and we're going to, it's for safety. As Doug mentioned, it's for safety.
It's definitely for safety.
We're going to wear bright orange. And our shirts will say, "We are not prisoners," and have our logo on the back. So our business tip of the week, we're going to get started a little early on that this week because I feel like this is a really, really good one. I'm going to let our guest host, Eamon Bolton of the Mojo Home Team, take it away on the business tip of the week.
All right. Well, I think since we're talking a lot about volunteer organizations and entrepreneurship, I think we see the value in that.
Sure.
The one thing I've noticed and researched a lot, and I've been volunteering from a long age since I was a child because that was something my parents instilled in me.
Right.
To always give back, especially when you can, and never forget the people who helped get you where you are. But one of the things that I'll
think, never forget you, Eamon.
I have a picture of you by my bed, man.
That's weird. That's weird.
Oh, no, the one on the ceiling is weird.
No wonder you don't have kids.
But it's because your picture's on my ceiling, bro. So that's my tip number one. Don't put his picture on your ceiling if you're trying to have kids. Number two is volunteers. I've noticed that a lot of people with charitable organizations, civic organizations, whether it's tied in, yes, there is a networking aspect to it, and there's a volunteering aspect to it, and there's a donor aspect to it. Everyone plays their part. So you take the value of each one, and is someone putting in all their time and effort into going to all these events to make a presence for your civic organization? Does that carry the same value as someone who donates $50,000 but doesn't show up to anything?
Well, Eamon, I always say that time is money.
Time is money. You and I both know that.
Right.
So volunteers have to be treated well. All civic organizations across the board are down. You've seen the companies reinvent themselves over and over again. The Boy Scouts are now the Boy Girl Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
People have to change.
Is that serious?
From what I heard,
it's not the Scouts. I think.
Yeah, it's not the Scouts. I don't know what they named it, but it's
wow.
It's now both. Which it's
okay.
I think it was some of the biggest problems we have with 501(c)(3)s is that a lot of people, you look at what they actually donate, how much money they actually donate to a cause.
Right.
The percentage of that I think is not as much as it should be. Where you have companies, or if they're making, say, just $100,000 as a number, okay. They're not donating all of it or 90% of it. They're donating 10, 15, 20% of it. The rest of it's going in somebody's pocket as a president or a CEO or whatever,
admin cost.
Yeah, whatever admin cost they have. And I think that's a huge problem. And you can research before you donate to a cause. You can actually research and see what percentages that company is donating to their cause. Right. Because I know like Susan G. Coleman or these other big ones, they're donating only 7 to 10%, and they're bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're not even donating hundreds of millions of dollars.
Clinton Foundation?
Well, Doug, I'm glad you brought that up. So the PVA is another organization, and Frank was just telling me that he actually volunteers with their golfing.
Yeah, I did their golf tournament a couple of years.
Yeah,
that's Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Yeah, Paralyzed Veterans of America, and they have a fishing event. So it's part of my passion.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a rule where if it's anything to do with military, because I have so many military friends and grew up with them, they're my bass club, they're in my Rotary Club. I never charge anything, somewhat military. That's out of my pocket. I'm thankful that I'm able to do what I can do because of them. So anything to do with military, like the PVA, Paralyzed Veterans of America, that's a great organization. And what Doug was mentioning is, yeah, there are some websites out there, I don't have them off the top of my head, that will tell you how good the ratings are on each one of these not-for-profits. That's why I like the Rotary. We give 100% of everything that we bring in.
Now, let me bring up a point about that. The only way that a charitable organization can give 100% is if they're all volunteers. True volunteers. And we said earlier, time is money, right? So these volunteers, I think part of the business tip I want people to understand is that those guys who volunteer, they're giving money. They may not be cutting a check, but they're giving money. So it's just as important for a business owner, a business, to volunteer. Like we did last year, we went to Metropolitan Ministries, where they have the intake. These big trucks come in with the clothes, and it's only volunteers that take these clothes and sort them and put them on hangers, and then the people who are paid put them on the shelves.
Yeah, I think that starts at home, though. I mean, I always take my kids and they do soup kitchens, or they, go, help feed the homeless, or do things like that, where a lot of people don't even know about that unless your parents are the ones that kind of
kids don't even understand that a lot of times. They say,
no.
why are we doing this? But great idea, Doug. If you started at home and you started early.
And folks at home, the Trinity Cafe is an amazing place to do what Doug is talking about, bringing your kids there. And
what is it called?
Trinity Cafe. It's a very high-tech food kitchen.
It gives people empathy.
It's amazing.
That's something that a lot of society doesn't
teaches
have.
empathy, right,
Yes.
to young. And you're right, society has lost that. So talking about volunteers, Eamon, you had another side business tip related to the volunteers. You said something about how they're treated.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, everything has a little bit of value. It's like I'm president of the Rotary Club. It's a volunteer position. We meet 4 times a week. We're a morning club.
4 times a week?
4 times a week?
I'm sorry, 4 times a month.
I was saying, that's a
I'm going to say
job.
once a week, 4 times.
Taryn, that's a job.
But you're right. It is a job. And that's why it's got to be instilled in you in your developmental years when you're 5, 6, that's why my father took me to Special Olympics, and then Jesuit. We went to
MDA camps.
Yeah, I still donate to them. And that's just kind of how it progressed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so when you're putting that much time into it and you're spending time away from your family, it shows you're committed to that cause, to ending polio if we're this close.
Right. And guys, if you don't have money, your time is money.
Yes.
You can
You are
volunteer.
just as valuable, if not more.
Yes.
It's probably even more valuable, actually.
I would agree, Doug. It is more valuable. And it also, I mean, it gives you a sense of well-being. You can see what you've done for the
I mean, for a business owner, you can take your entire staff and go volunteer for, Habitat for Humanity, have them help build a house. You can volunteer for so many different organizations. If you don't have the money, that's one way to help.
Yeah, and that's what we did last year. We had a blast. We spent our whole day at Metropolitan. Some of us were doing the kitchen. Some of us were doing the intake.
Trinity Cafe, same way.
Yeah, let me tell you, the stuff you see that comes off the truck, it is funny. So it's a good time. Guys, it's been a great show talking about all this. Eamon, Mojo Home Team, best realtor in Temple Terrace, I got to say. And he's a fellow Jesuit, so I'm going to throw that out there. If you're a Jesuit, I'm sure he's going to give you a 50% off for the Jesuit
Hey,
discount.
I'll tell you right now, most of those deals wouldn't have gone through without Frank Coto right here, and most of my roofs installed in my clients' homes wouldn't have been as good without Doug right here. So,
well, thank you, Eamon. Appreciate you coming on, man. You brought a little fun to the show for us today, and we appreciate that. We're going to be back next week, guys, with a great guest, Akash Patel of Elevate. Akash Patel of Elevate is going to be on next week on the Business Happy Hour. And don't forget, if you want to be a guest, email us at bhhiheart@gmail.com. Eamon Bolton of Mojo Home Team, Frank Coto, 813 Mortgage, and Doug Ford, Suncoast Roofing Solutions. We will see you guys next week on the Business Happy Hour. I hope you have a great weekend.